Hello, welcome back to the channel and welcome back to a brand new video. This week on the Magic Roundabout we've got another Ford Transit. This time it's a fire service version with the retractable hose. So I'd just like to welcome all my new subscribers. Thank you very much for jumping on board, and I hope you stick around. And welcome back to all my old subscribers, old faithfuls. Thanks very much for sticking with me. It's very much appreciated. Thank you very much. So, that being said, let's get this off the Magic and have a look. Get it on the bench. Here we are then. Okay, let's go. That was one was on the turntable. This one, sorry. That one is my spare. Now, a lot of this, I've had this for a while, these pair. And if you can remember, one of the lads who put a regular YouTube video, Ice Cold Wheels, well, he did a video and he showed one of these transits in his heap of scrap in the garden on the video, and I cheekily asked him if I could have the bells, this section off his fire engine that he had, and he said yeah, no problem. So he sent me those and wanted to wear the little bits with it, so I was most appreciative of that. So thanks to him I can continue with this build. I did buy a ladder. I bought that repo, and this section, these aren't great, these bits of here, because you can see the plastic is made out of is very waxy, and to clean it up it's got a lot thin layers of clear plastic it's made out of. It's weird, so we're going to try and tied it up a little bit. So that's that. This is a bit of a hose that he sent me, and this one has got the hose attached to it, and the lever in the back, it doesn't work. The idea is you pull this out and then you put your finger in on that lever and it should automatically retract back in. But these springs in here are like the old clockwork. You'll see in a minute when I take it apart. They've both got tyres on, so they're both the same. Both got dual headlights in. That one. This one's got the doors on. They're pretty good actually, these doors. One of the best that I've seen. Anyway, that's one of the reasons why I chose this one. It's a little bit in at the back there because there's a, get up you. There's a stop there, if you can just see it, just there. And the door needs a little bit behind it to stop from going in too far. But yeah, I think these doors will be all right. Not bad considering for a Transit. And it's got the side door and the lever. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to take both of these apart. Obviously I'm going to pick the best spring. You'll see in a minute, and I'll take them all apart. And then what I was left, I'll make one Transit out of the two, and then put the other one back as spares, but I'll put it together. Both got a good reasonable window screens, no big cracks in them, which is good for a Transit, because normally they're all broken. Okay, so let's make a start. Let's start with this one first. Screw base, so it's pretty straightforward. Got my box, really straightforward. Look at that, just comes straight out. So as usual, I just pull out. There's a tongue on the back there, you see the tongue on the back there. So just leave that there for a second because everything's fallen off it now. Got the suspension. If you notice, most of these Transits, the back end is always sitting down like it's got a ton of concrete in the back. I don't know why that is, but yet when you do the springing on the back, it's fine. So I might try and put something underneath the back of that spring there just to keep it up a little bit. We'll see. So that's that one. We'll get the wheels out of this one. Pretty straightforward, get these out of there. That's one base. Now the doors have fell out of this at the back. That's what I'm feeling around with that blind. The doors are out the back. Now this is the underside. That should just come out by itself, which it does. There you go. It's dirty. I want cleaning. Now this is what we got left with. This is the spring mechanism, and we'll just take that out. We'll deal with this first. No, we won't deal with that. The door's already come out. Got to drill that out, or I'll show you how to take that out in a minute. Okay, so that's that. Now this is a spring unit. Now if I have took one of these apart actually to be nosy, so if you take that off, there's your spring. You see? That's your spring. And that here is where your hose wraps around. And this is the lever to retract the spring, which has already been retracted anyway at the minute. I'm trying to think. Yeah, there's a slot in the middle there, which you can wind the spring up like that. I'm being very careful that it doesn't fly out, but yeah, you can. Well, here it goes. So very mindful that it doesn't fly out on you like that. Looks like it's gonna. Yeah, and then there you go. You see it click back. But that's how it happens. So when you're pulling this out, it contracts that spring. When you pull that lever, it brings it back in. That's how it works. I'm just trying to think where the connection is in there. There's a piece in there what you can attach the hose end to. I think it's on the reel actually. I think it's in there. I think if you take this, I think you can take that out. I'm not going to just do it just yet. We'll get them both apart first before I start messing with that. And that's the cover. That's the cover for it. This one's broken by the look of it. Got a piece missing there. I'm trying to think which way it goes in there. Yeah, it must. Yeah, it's got to go that way, hasn't it? It goes in there. That's it. This here forms part of the wheel arch when it goes back in. Yeah, because there's one on the other side. Look, and this side's broken, so that's part of the wheel arch. So that's the unit itself. Okay, well, we'll get in depth in that in a bit. I'm going to lay it down there out of the way. So we've got one body. Put that over there. We'll put these bits in here out of the way, so we've all got it together, so we don't lose everything. Well, let's try this one now. See what happens with this one. It's got no doors on it, so it's not a real problem. Let's screw in there. Take the base out. And take the interior out. This is all going to come together by the look of it, because this piece looks like it goes through there. 2 holes. See them studs? These two here. So that one wasn't connected, so this one is. So we'll get it out. We'll see if we can get it out without causing too much aggro. It might be a bit tight. There we go. Oh, this have a look. Can you see that? Can you see it? Look, that spring is all over, man. So expect a zebedee when this comes out. I'm glad that I've got another one to go by. Let's have a look, see what's going to pull it out. I've got my finger on it. Look at the mess. Pull that out. put that over there for a minute. Look at the mess of that. Look at it. And there's no cover. I don't think it's in there, is it? No. So it's lost its cover, that one. So I'm not be sure whether to be using this one. What a difference between that one and that one. So yeah, it's definitely lost its cover, so I won't be using that as a spare cover to make a wheel arch. And that's your hose attached. It's all coming out now, look. It's like a bag of string, isn't it? So that's how it all comes out. Let's just pull that out a minute. And the hose goes up through there. So on this one, oh, there it is, look, you see that there? Your hose will have to go around and connect into there somehow. And then it all gets wound round in there. And hopefully it doesn't end up like that. No, it's a knot. Yeah, it's a I'm trying to pick up the camera. It's a knot there. I've got the shed door on. It's perhaps chucking a lot. Yeah, there's the knot. Look, the pipe's knotted there. So you can safely say this spring, you just might as well. There you go. Oh, I don't know. You could perhaps work that. And you can pull it out from here. This could be a long drawn out video, this one. Right, I think you pull that spring. Will come out there, there you go. So that's what you got, that's your spring. So if I lose one spring, at least I know I've got another. Yeah, so that's your spring. And that's where your hose connects. So we've got that sorted, we know that. So we'll get that hose out of there. And that's what you got. Quite a good idea. Quite a good idea. So these should push back out. And we're very careful I don't split the base. So I want to get that underneath there. And just gently prise that up. Yeah, it's coming. Because over the years, these things get very, very brittle. And I think it's had a bit of glue on this. Looking at the past on this. Yeah, I think it's got a bit of glue on there. Just trying to slide that underneath. It's coming. Cool. Definitely had a bit of glue on this. The reason I want to take this off here, it's starting to go. I think I'm going to lose it. It's starting to crack there. Right, okay. I think I'm going to leave this one in place. I don't want to risk snapping it in half if I don't have to. And we'll use the other interior. And we're going to use this anyway, because it's got the good spring and then it's got the backing on it. I was hoping that this would have the other wheel arch on it, but it's not. I could cut that wheel arch off actually and put it on the end on that one. Yeah, I was hoping to get this off, but I don't want to. I'll try it later. I don't want to wreck it because it's starting to go as it is. That's always had glue in it. Right, okay. So that's that. I'll put all this in here. Yeah, see, that's a lot slacker, that back suspension. A lot slacker. Right, I'll get the axles in there. That's it, that's the other base. Keep it all together. Put that in there. Let me just get a bit of this. And put that a bit there. Because I don't want this to come apart if I can help it, and there's spring flying everywhere. And that there, that'll hopefully hold that in place so it don't get sprung out. Now these won't come out as easy. Those. It looks like you're supposed to pinch them together. But I don't think, yeah, they've got a little, if you see, they've got a little slot in there, as if you're supposed to pinch them together, but I don't think it's going to work. Yeah. I don't think it's going to work. We'll try it. Nah, that ain't happening. I don't know if we can lever them off. Yeah, it looks like they're coming off. We glue these back in anyway. Yeah, there you go. This is a better yellow piece than the other one, so I'm not sure what I'm going to do yet. I'm just winging it in a minute. I might cut that across there and stick the other wing off the other one on here, because this is a better, flatter surface, a better condition, as you can see. Right, so there we are. Just got to get the windows out. I've been working on a method to get these out, actually. I don't know if it'll work on these type of windows because they're a bit of a funny angle, that rivet. But I'll try it on one, and then if it works, I'll show you on the other one. So I'll be back in a second. Get rid of all this crap. Well, what I'm doing here is getting the glass out. So I've got my blowtorch, got my bit of pipe, thin diameter pipe, thin the wall down a little bit, heating that up, get it nice and hot. Ooh. Get it nice and hot. This is not the best windscreen to demonstrate this on, because it's on a slope. But on a flat roof of a car or a van, should be alright. Trick is getting nice and hot. So it just basically melts a circle through the plastic. Just bear with me while we get it nice and hot. Try it now. Come here, you bugger. There you go. Throw it through. Got a hole in there. Clean in there. Turn this off now. Yeah, that was a bit awkward because it's on the glass is on a slope, so you can't really get purchase. But the demonstration is it comes out without having to drill it, basically, and risk smashing it or cracking it or whatever. The beauty of it is getting this hot enough if you get the pipe hot enough, it'll just go straight through, no meshing. This one did the same. That one went through, no meshing. Yeah. Now, the diameter wise, you can get different sizes of tube, and this is a bit of aluminium. Copper, you can get different sizes. An old car aerial, anything like that, you know, which is tubular. Because obviously different rivets, different sizes, different angles. So this really is a bit big for this, but you know, you could do it like 5 or 10 mil wide, as long as it goes over the rivet. That's the main thing. It goes over the rivet, get it hot enough, and it'll just melt through it, and that'll save drilling, messing about, sliding off a drill, because sometimes they can be a pain to get out. Anyway, that's that. Just a note on the safety aspect of that. If you're using anything like this, you know, you must wear the appropriate protection. Seriously, don't do as I do as I say, basically. Yeah, you want gloves on so you don't burn your hands when you heat the pipe up. That won't do bad. That's why I had the longer pipe, you know. But obviously with this, it's flame, so you don't want to go anywhere near. You're going to catch light and start a fire in your house or your shed. Okay, so please be aware of that. You don't have to use anything as big as this. You can get mini ones now, like, you know, like for doing cooking or burning, what they do on these cooking programs, like a small miniature torch. As long as it gets the pipe or the material you're using hot enough. But I had this to hand, so I'll use this. Okay. All cleaned up, all shined up. Had a bit of a job to get the red paint off here. Right, this is the best I can get the back doors to fit, these ones. There wasn't a big enough space to put a piece of card in like I did with the blue and white one. But yeah, they're okay. Not bad considering. Normally some of these are terrible. But yeah. So that's all done. Grill. I forgot to tell you to take the dual headlights out. I forgot about that. But I managed to get them out before I put it in the caustic soda, so that was okay. Right, so that's that. Let's get this apart again. All the interior is all cleaned up now. Right, if you intend to do some detail painting on this, like I do in the grill and that, you need to get in there and give it a good clean out. Yeah, or else it's going to be a bit awkward. And I've got what I use when I use my Wizard or rotary tool. You get a couple of these old ones, what I've been filed, well, they've been rounded down to that. That's a wire brush. Yeah, not the wheel ones, because the wheel ones don't normally go that far. But yeah, what I do then is get right in there, put a bit of pressure on, and get right in between the lettering, right in between the grill grooves, right in around the headlight pods with this. You know, put a bit of pressure on, the whole thing's almost stalling, but that digs it out. And then you can, you've got a clean surface to work on. Time the primer gets in there. Yeah, so it's not too bad. A couple of, I do smooth the bonnet over. That's where you get on this one. If you look at the profile of it, the headlights, tops of the headlights, and the front bumper, on the front bumper and the bonnet, takes most of the hits when you're a child. So just give them a smooth over. Yeah, that's it. So methylated spirits and some primer. Everything's all done. The wheels are clean out. They've had a little bit of a clean out. All the doors are all done. So there you go. Base is done. So methylated spirits, primer, and then we'll give it a coat of paint, and we'll see you when that's done. All painted now. So here we go. Pretty good, I thought. Pretty good colour match, actually. Yes, that's all done. Lacquered. Doors. Everything else. This is the original, and this is the one I've done. I think it's pretty close match. Pretty close indeed. And what I done was I used primer as I normally do, just a thin coat of grey primer. Then I used a gold metallic, just from the pound shop. Just a gold metallic paint all over. And then I used the high coat Ford red metallic. Tango red metallic. Ford Tango red metallic. Just a light coat over the top, as you can see. And you can just see the gold coming through there. Yeah, I thought that was pretty good. Bit of an experiment. And it works. So we're there now. Just got to do the details now. Start putting this old girl back together. So we'll catch you with the details. Detail painting time. Yeah, I made a start. Because I'm not going to show you it all, because obviously it's going to take a long time. Headlight bezels, you get right in there with them. Because the transits had them all painted inside there. There was like a chrome insert. Right, as far as we've got at the minute. The lights on these were part side light, part indicator. Right, let's get on. Let's get on. I might be able to get a black wash in this grill. We're looking like I might be able to. On this one. I'll tell you what, it's a Wednesday here today, and I'll tell you what, it's flipping warm today. Very nice. If that's what we've got to look forward to, I'm happy with that. No need to have the heater on. She's good. I have to get the curtain across though, because you get bloody flies and bees and wasps coming in when you're trying to paint. You don't want that. So, trying to keep my big mitt out of the way. Yeah, I always pays to give a good old clean out of the bare metal if you're going to do details. It defines them better, if you understand what I mean. Of course you do. Of course you do. Well, I hope everybody liked the Austin Ely. Nice little wagon, that. Nice little racer. Just steady with your hand if you can. Take your time, like I always say. Patience. Keep turning it round and you'll see where you've missed in a different light, if you understand what I mean. Of course you do. Trying to tell you, teach your grandma to suck eggs, as the old saying. Wait. I'm leaving the forward time for a minute, because that bit in there is going to be black. Okay. So get inside these headlights where the jewel's going to be. Turn around. See what you're doing. Sometimes when you're doing it over lacquer like this, you have to give it a couple of coats. Right, now the tricky bit coming up to the outside. Coming up to the outside edge. So I don't know if you saw that. I wasn't concentrating on the camera. I was concentrating on the work. So if I went out of shot, apologies for that. Yeah, that'll do. Right, okay, let me carry on with the rest of these details. And then we'll see what it's like when it's finished. Okay? That's all the details done now. I've done it slightly different this end. I haven't put the headlights in yet. But I blacked out the Ford behind that. It's not focusing very well. So that's a solid black with the chrome letters. Half indicators, half side lights. And that's a wash in the grille. Chrome bumpers, handles. I put the stickers on. These are only stickers. So I put them on. Backlights. That's silver, and then they got the clear orange, clear red at the bottom, and your black blanking blitz in the middle. And I don't know if you can see it there. Not focusing very well at the minute. I don't know why. Used to be good. What's going on there? Yeah, you've got the stop lights at the bottom, the little red lights at the bottom. What's going on with the focus on this? There. Right, so that's it. Handles. I've done all the door handles on the separate pieces. See, it won't focus there, won't it? Just messing, boys, just messing. Bit of hair on there. Oh, that's not good. That's got it. A little bit of hair on there. So, okay. Next step is we're going to have a look at the. We're going to have a look at getting this hose pipe threaded through here. So we've got to take this apart completely. So I can get the knot out, and you can't get it otherwise. So I've got to take the spring out. So that's the next job. This time we're going to get into this. Sort this spring out and thread the hose through. Now what I've done with the hose, obviously, I needed an end to it. So have a look at that. Yeah, that looks like a proper end, doesn't it? Now what it is, I'll take it apart. It's not glued. I can't glue it until I thread it through. Now what I've done was I took, now it's rolling around. I took the end of a paintbrush. Yeah, and you can have silver or you can have brassy colour, whatever you want. I thought that looks a bit brighter. Excuse me, I've just cut the bristles off the end, cut it through there, took the wood out, so you ended up with come here, ended up with this. All right, and then cocktail stick, the end of it will just fit in there nicely with a bit of super duper in to hold it in. It did go, that's it. Get it in a little way. All right, and then this, you can put a bit of glue on that. Go, slide that in there. Push that on further, obviously. Push that on further to fit. Anyway, it goes in there. Like I showed you at the beginning, it'll go in there. All right. But for now, we need this not to be in there. So keep that over there. Now we've got to get this through here. So this is the fun part. We've got no choice but to take this apart. I've took a photograph to see how it goes, and we're going to get this out now. Now you've got the outer spring, you've got a grey piece there, okay? So we'll have to unhook that from there and carefully take it out. Now you take it out, there's a base. See the darker red? That's the base. So we need to get that off, get that up as well. So hopefully we can get this out without too much strain. In fact, we might be able to just pull the whole thing out. There you go. Pull the whole thing out like that. Yeah. And what happens here, on the back, if you can see a series of a cog there. So basically it's a ratchet. And when that goes in here, you have that up that way. You notice there's a little tiny piece of metal in there. Well, that stays in there. So as it's going round on the ratchet, it hits that, yeah? And locks it every time it goes round a notch. So we're careful of that. So we leave that very carefully there. And where we've got to work our way around, and where is it? There it is there. So we have to get, we're going to have to get this off no matter what we do. This has got to come off. I'll be very careful because I've not done this before. First time on camera doing this. So I'm gently teasing this up because I don't know whether or not it doesn't appear to be glued, but I don't want to damage this in any way, because that's where the knot is behind there. If I can get this out, see if I can lift this up. I don't want to do that because that's crimped in place. So this has got to come out. That's some sort of magnet, I bet. Come in. Where's the hole? Nerve-wracking, boys, nerve-wracking. I'm wondering if I could... It's got to come out, hasn't it? It's a bit fiddly when I did this at the factory. That's come out. That's come out. That's it. That's what we want. There's offending article. We need to get that out. That's it. Then we can thread this through. There's a bit of muck on there, so we'll get that off. What we got? What we got? Not that. Try that. Right, let's try and thread this through here. Yeah. Widen the hole a little bit, eh? Might help. Apologies if this is dragging on a bit, this video, but I think this sort of thing is interesting to somebody who's not done one before, like me. They want to do it and they want to know the pitfalls. And this is one of them. Trying to get that in there. Let's try something here. Let me just try something here a minute, boys. It might help, but it might not. I'll get that through there. Yes. Done it. And there we have it, we're in. Okay. On this round. Now the trick is getting this back together again. We lift that up. Comes out down the bottom, so we need that near the bottom. I'm just checking to make sure the ratchet seems to be working. That's it. That's got it. That's it. Can hear it, look. Can hear it clicking. Right. So we'll have it. Move it out a bit. Right, we have it about there then. No, we want it in, don't we? So I'm just trying to think of the spring. It needs to come in. It needs to be in a bit. Right, okay. Spring holder. In there. In there, in there. Resting around there. That looks like it's about right. That needs to come in more. Not happy with that there. Try and get this spring a bit further in. It's a bit awkward. Right, I think we're somewhere near it. Twist that round a bit. See what happens. Yeah, I think we're about there. That's there, that's there. Right. Oh, you tit. Oh. And a pillock. You never reminded me, did you? Got to put that in. That's got to go on first. Bloody hell. How many people were screaming at the camera? Eh? Well, you need to scream louder because I never heard you. Oh, I never heard you. Right. Okay. Back to square one. Put this back on. Let's see what happens. Yeah. Not great, but it works. Okay. There we go. Right. I'm going to put a drop of ordinary glue on here. Not super glue. Basically, so it can, if I need to, I can take it apart. That's the general idea. Okay. I mean, it is old, so there we have that. Sorry it took a long time. That's, look, 15 minutes it has, or thereabouts. And then we can set about putting this in. in there, that in there, like that. Okay, so let me just, right, I can do that off camera because otherwise it's going to take blinking forever. So that's the main thing. That's it. That's done now. All right, it's working as you've seen. All right. Just takes a bit of messing about, but it's there. All right. Okay, I'm going to get this hose bit on the end, and then we'll get the assembly process out of the way. Okay, let's get this thing assembled then. Right, let's have a look. The sliding door. Oh yeah, we've got the middle door in. Let me slide this in. Well, slide it in. We're sliding this anywhere. Get that in best you can. Make sure your door opens and closes. Push it right down. Lock in place. Make sure that's out of the way. There you go. Let me just change this camera angle. That's better. Right. Doors. Hook that out of the way. Let's have this out the back here a minute. Could really be a pain in the backside, that thing. Just want to get these doors on. Oh, come in. That's one. Get that out of the way, that's it. That's two. Try and get these to shut. There we go. Oh dear. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Right, we're in there. We're in there. In there. You get shut. That's it. You're shut. You stay in there. Right. Slide this in here. She's a bit of a tight fit. That's it there. Get your side door. Just hook it under there like that, that's it. She be in there now. And put your screw in. There you go. I've got the screw a bit tight actually. There you go. Screw a bit tight. That's that doors. Back doors. They're not a bad fit. Side door. There. One thing I've got to do, I've got to put a bit of gold, a bit of red in now. I must have missed that when I sprayed it. My apologies. So that's it. That's that bit. And it's a roller. It don't lean back too far either. So that's pretty good. It's got to stick the air wheel in. I've got the ladder that put on, but that's in there drying at the moment, so I can't put it on in a minute. But yeah, there we go. All done. All done. There's your hose. Get it around the right way. Oh, we're getting the right pigs here now. Come on, boys. Come on, sort it out. Sort it out. It's in there, look. There it is. There it is. There's your hose. So when you're finished with it, it doesn't retract right up. Just poke it in there like that. Close her up. There you go. Push the hose out of the way. That's it. So, we'll see it on the Magic Roundabout in a minute. It's been a bit of a faff. I must admit, it's been a bit of a faff. But we got there in the end. This is what we started with. Old Ford Transit. Fire service vehicle. So now, have a look at what we ended up with. Here we go. Here we have it then. Dinky choice. Transit fire service version. This was a bit of a faff doing this one, I must admit. Apologies for taking a long time on the video, but I think you needed to look at the spring situation. So there you go. Turned out nice in the end. Like I say, a bit of fiddling about, but we got there in the end. Yeah. Well, as you saw, everything works. Hose is tucked up at the back there. Back doors are not a bad fit. Private number plates on there, Rob 999. This is a high coat Tango red metallic over a gold base. Yeah. Bit of detail on the front, as you can see. Dual headlights are back in. Bit of wash in the grill there. Right. Okay, then. On to the next one. Thanks very much for watching. If you stayed with it this time. It is a long one, I must admit. And best wishes to all. All hope you had a good Easter. And looking forward to the summer. I'll see you next week. Onwards and upwards to the next one. Bye for now.